Good evening, Pahrump. My name is Dr. Creig Christensen. I'm with the Independent Wellness Center. My partner, Dr. Reiner, tonight is in Houston, Texas, enjoying a little bit of R&R. Interesting thing on that today, though, I had two patients that we're treating together that both had office visits with Dr. Reiner on their computer today. So he's doing telephone appointments while he's enjoying a little bit of time off in Houston, Texas. This is my first chance to come on and do this by myself. I'm hoping that we have a lot of call-in visitors tonight with a lot of good questions that we can attempt to answer. While we're waiting for that, we're in the middle of summer. School is about 4 weeks away from starting, and it's just amazing how fast this year is going. The high school and the Pop Warner physicals are coming due. I know there are several offices here in Pahrump that are looking at doing those. Physicals were one of them. Next week we'll have a time and a place that we'll announce on the air, so you'll know where to bring your children to get ready for their fall sports events. We have a caller. Hey, Ray, thanks for calling in. It's Creig.
Hey, Doc, it's good to see a live show here. 3 weeks in a row. I was already saying, geez, what's going on here?
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks, Ray.
No, I think it's been 3.
Has it?
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. I got a couple questions that I meant for Dr. Reiner, but I think you could probably fill me in. One question is, could you explain hospice? People ask me what it's all about. I have no idea. Is that where you're in a hospital and you haven't, like you're on your last leg, or?
No, you're not necessarily in a hospital with hospice. Hospice is a program that is meant to assist the terminally ill to move on, to help them with their quality of life toward the end of their life. Most of the time, the hospice individuals and employees work at the homes, go into the homes and help the family and help the people that are definitely terminal and sick. It's not a hospital, no, Ray.
Well, let me ask you then, does that mean that it's a certainty, or do people recover from hospice? Do they like graduate? Some people have a cure or remission.
Well, I think there are some people that graduate from hospice that cheat death for a little longer, but not very often. Usually the people are gravely ill, gravely sick, and are pretty much on their last leg, and the hospice employees, the nurses that are involved in this, are there to make sure that their quality of life is maintained and that they get everything that they need while going through the process. Very few people graduate from hospice, though.
So there's no, because I've been following this Ricky Simpson, who claims that he has, actually it's true, an oil from the cannabis where people have come from their deathbeds and have recovered by taking a regimen of oil on a daily basis. And after about 2 months, cancer is in remission and they're cured. And I'm thinking this would show itself if someone in hospice was on this regimen and they pulled out of it. It would kind of be, even though it's anecdotal right now, it may prove that there are ways that the medical world is not aware of yet that could save people's lives.
I don't think there have been any true double-blind studies regarding cannabis and curing cancer. I have heard some of the miracle stories utilizing cannabis, marijuana, if you will, to help in treating cancer. Most of the time, the marijuana that is prescribed in treating cancer is given to the patient to assist with pain, and it has the ability to increase the patient's appetite, which if you increase the patient's appetite and they're getting more nutrition and they're eating better, then naturally they're going to feel a little better because they got the food and the fuels in them that's required for their daily living. I have not seen any medical studies that have shown that cannabis actually cures cancer. I have heard the stories, but I haven't seen anything in the medical journals at all.
Well, as many stories as I have heard and seen on videotapes and people coming forth and said, hey, you know, they told me I'd be dead at 6 in the morning, and it's a year later, and all I took was this oil from the cannabis, makes me believe there's got to be some potential in there that the medical field is overlooking, because these people, they can't all be lying.
Well, I agree with you there, Ray. I think more studies need to be done. I think one of the issues that you're going to have is going to be with the pharmaceutical companies, because the cannabis is nowhere near as expensive as chemotherapy and radiation therapy.
So it's all about money, Doc? Is that what you're saying?
Man,
or might be?
a Ray, that's a question that doesn't even need to be asked. We all know it's about money when it comes to these large pharmaceutical companies.
All right, the second question I got is probably one that you won't be able to answer, but I'd like your opinion on it. If someone is a recovering alcoholic, is he more prone to get addicted to like Oxycontin, oxycodone on pain medication?
Absolutely.
And the rest of the question is, because he's a recovering alcoholic, maybe he has the mindset where he is able to more easily overcome the addiction because he knows how to do it as far as the alcohol. So give me your opinion on that. I'll open the lineup, and I hope you get a dozen calls tonight.
I do too, Ray. Thank you. Regarding the alcoholic who has recovered from alcoholism, it is definitely easier for them to get hooked on pain meds, to get hooked on other medications. Addiction it occurs in the brain, in I think the area of the substantia nigra where it's pain or pleasure, and you get addicted because you're not just eliminating the physical pain with the pain pills and the alcohol, you're eliminating the psychological pain because you don't have to really think about it. So these people that have recovered from alcohol that get on pain pills, they have to be watched very, very, very closely, because if not, the chances of them getting hooked on the Oxycontin is just staggering. Yeah. So Ray, you have to be careful if you're a recovering alcoholic about using any medications, because of the way your brain is wired. The recovering alcoholic, it's a disease. It's a disease it's an insidious disease that if you don't watch it 24/7, your ability to relapse and get back on the drugs or the medication is definitely an issue. Ray, I appreciate the questions. Like I said, this is my first time, and I'm trying to get through this. I'm hoping that we have more callers so that I have more things to sit here and visit about. We were talking about school starting in the next couple of weeks and how fast the summer has gone. I'm hoping that everybody out there has listened to the things that Dr. Reiner and I have talked about as far as staying hydrated for the summer, drinking plenty of water, getting plenty of rest. Hopefully you're exercising and doing the things that it takes to stay healthy. We have another caller. Hello, Chuck.
Hey, Doc, how you doing?
Oh, man, I'm glad you called. Thanks.
Hey, getting back to the cancer, this series of tapes, Truth About Cancer, that I watched, one of the things they addressed that I thought was very interesting, in fact, I'm going to get you this segment, was about how the spine and improper spine alignment, et cetera, can contribute to cancer. The reason
absolutely.
being, anything that diverts the immune system away from helping, maintain the cell is basically a carcinogen.
Yes.
In a sense. So I wondered if you'd talk about that. I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah, thank you, Chuck. That's a great topic. Every cellular activity in the body is modulated and controlled by the nervous system. Your immune system, your digestive system, your cardiovascular system, your musculoskeletal system is all controlled through the nervous system from the brain. So naturally, if you have a segment in your spine that is putting pressure on a nerve, you're going to have not necessarily just pain down that extremity or down the leg or up the neck or in the shoulders. The nerves that supply the heart, the lungs, the stomach, the immune system, the bladder are all affected at the same time. So those organs are not going to be working optimally. You're going to have, I guess it's kind of like talking about a garden hose. If you step on a garden hose and impede the flow of water coming out, it's similar to a nerve that's being pinched in the back, going to the body, going to the viscera, to the organs, and you're just not getting enough nerve impulses to the organ, and you're not getting enough nerve pulses coming back to the brain. So anytime that there's a segment in your back that is not aligned properly, you're going to have an issue with proper function of the systems in the body. Great question, Chuck. Thank you. That's one of the things that we address at the Independent Wellness is we're chiropractors, we're physical therapists. We do a lot of deep tissue massage therapy. We do a lot of manipulation. And we've had very, very good success with assisting people, not just with the musculoskeletal problems, but with the systemic systems in the body. Blood pressure is a very interesting thing. You know, people will come into the office and we'll check their blood pressure, and if it's high, there's a couple of things that we can do to reduce their blood pressure almost instantly while they're in the office, utilizing manipulation and the nervous system. So it's a very powerful adjunct to health and wellness, and we're excited about showing everybody how it works.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Reiner, your host of the Independent Doctors of Pahrump, a TV show that airs Monday night on Channel 46. I want to remind you that I am a practicing physician in Pahrump, and I'm an independent practitioner, which means I am not bought by any insurance company or corporate medicine. We provide the highest level of care. We have nurse practitioners. We have other physicians, specialists who come to our office. Please come visit me. I'm at 1316 East Calvada here in the heart of Pahrump. Thank you.